Hey, welcome to our Friday Members Challenge build with me and Tim at the minute.
Well, hey.
Hey, how are you, Tim?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Yourself?
I'm all right. It's nice to see you all coordinated today.
Yeah. Right, just wearing something other than just a black t-shirt.
Yeah.
I'm wearing pants and everything.
Yeah. Wow, we are honoured. Hello, John.
Yeah.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh yeah, can't complain.
Good. So, today, what are we working on?
The dragon, I think.
Yeah.
The dragon. I'm going to be weathering that.
Ugh.
It is looking good, isn't it?
I'll be continuing that.
Nice.
Ooh.
Awesome. Just before we get started as well, do you remember a few sessions ago we were talking about the woman who's passed the All Arms Commando course?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sadly, she was one of the 3 crew that lost their lives on Wednesday.
Oh no shit.
Oh, yeah, and that
Helicopter crash.
went down, didn't it?
Yeah, Yeovilton. Well, en route from Yeovilton.
Oh, that's no good.
There's Lieutenant Commander Chris Grayson, 42, Lieutenant Lily Mae Fisher, 31, and Petty Officer Owen Green, 24 years old. And they had the 4th, 5th, and 6th members of the British forces to lose their lives in the last 3 weeks.
Wow.
Because we lost one on at the King's Horse show, whatever that's called. Another one, a Lance Corporal, was lost in a road traffic collision, and an NCO was lost his life in Iraq the other day. The Royal Anglian Regiment.
That's no good.
No, sir.
Rest in peace to all those guys, and thoughts to their friends and family.
Yeah. It's nice to see Trevor and John coordinated again.
Yes, yes. Yeah, we ring each other every morning.
They even coordinated the hair and everything.
Yeah.
We are actually. Yeah.
Yeah. I should take my teeth out.
Yeah, good morning, folks.
So what we're saying is Trevor is just John in 20 years' time.
Probably, yeah. If he's had hard as life as what I've had, then yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Anyway, on a serious note, John and Tim, have you seen Mr. Mike's latest acquisitions on Discord? His books and models?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
No, I haven't been on Discord.
And yeah, I'll tell you what,
much this week.
if he fell in dung, he'd come out smelling of roses. I can't believe it. You got that lot. Was it a tenner?
Well,
sorry. Yes, right. Now I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I got my new shades yesterday as well.
Yeah.
Top Gun Maverick
I love
ones.
that. Yeah, I love that. That Rolls Royce is brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I went to Battle Games yesterday, and I got that for 20 quid.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
It is a ramshackle house model.
Okay. By which brand or who?
It is by Renedra Limited, 156 scale.
Okay.
With my King Rubicon King Tiger. And the guy behind the counter had some spearhead kits left over from a magazine that he got, so he gave me them as well.
Oh, I don't know, eh?
Nice.
And he also told me what happened with that with that burglary that they had.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, 3 blokes parked up at the petrol station up the road, walked down the main road and then put ski masks on and gloves, spent 10 minutes stood outside the shop going, "It's this shop. No, it's this shop. No, it's this shop," in a Scouse accent. And then they spent 10 minutes. It took them just over 9 minutes to actually get through the security door. They broke into the shop, took 50 quid out of the till, climbed up the shelving unit, took a couple of packs of Pokemon cards and left. They walked past all the Warhammer, all the war memorabilia, everything.
Wow.
On the counter, he's even got a rack of coins and stuff like historic coins and things. And they just left them and just went for the 50 quid and the Pokemon cards. They didn't even take the full box of Pokemon cards. They took a couple of packs out of it.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently,
those idiots were firing on all cylinders. They probably wouldn't be fucking thieves, would they?
Yeah. Well, that's what I said to him. Apparently, what it was the shop next door had advertised on Facebook that they were going to be selling tools in the next couple of weeks. So they thought they'd be really clever and go nick the tools. Instead, they went into a Warhammer shop and nicked 50 quid. I said they literally could have just picked one kit up and made more money from that than what they nicked.
Yeah. Yeah, we had one similar not far from where I live, where the bloke went in and robbed the post office. No mask, no nothing. Went in and robbed the post office, and the woman behind the counter in the post office knew him, recognised him. Yeah, he walked down the road, and the police picked him up straight away.
Yeah. And they wonder why they get
sledgehammer costs more than a normal hammer. Imagine how much more a warhammer costs.
Yeah, exactly.
I know. Yeah. I got a delivery as well. I got that. I said, Mikey, I was ordering that building diorama kit.
Yeah,
it's a load in it. God, it was 20 with the postage and that. I think there was 26 quid. But the thing with it is, it's quite nice, but it's literally like building a whole model out of photo etch. It's so sort of flimsy. It's like tissue paper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. There's that one. Well, there's two there's actually two models in the pack. The other one's are not. It's basically two buildings.
Yeah.
You get all cut. Yeah. Yes, I say for 26 quid with the postage and that, it's a bloody bargain.
Yeah.
I think it might take a while to build though.
And Tim's got his new hats.
Oh, Tim's got a new hat.
Yeah, I got my green and black one.
Snazzy.
Have to start calling him Tim the Hat.
Again, not bald. Still got plenty of hair on there.
See, that's why you wanted the bigger hat, really. It's just extra hair growth, isn't it?
Yeah. So protecting it's like a greenhouse.
That's it. And also, I also printed
Trevor the Menace.
Julian sent me.
That's funny. Bob says, ready and waiting.
He also says, good day all. Sorry, took me a sec.
Joe says, happy Friday to all. Wake up, Bob. How are you feeling today?
Now, remind me.
GM.
Jim.
GM.
Right, GM says, Bobby is trend setting and first place. Is this a challenge then?
Joe, I thought I overslept this morning, and look at me, I'm number 2. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Customer number 2, please.
GM says, Mr. Joe is in. A timer is on Bobby to see how long he can last. Lol.
That's what she said.
Bob says, I've been sorting out G-code problems. After the stream, there'll be a screaming noise from the CNC spindle.
Ooh.
Yeah.
G-code costs, that goes back to the 50s. Yeah, cool. Jim says, Joe, you want to fight me for second place? Then no.
Ian says, greetings, troops. Hello, Ian.
Hobby Time's in. He says, hi, guys.
GM Ian is in. Greetings to panel and the Plastic Brigade.
Hello.
Joe says, no, I'm too sore. Wife and I are putting together a PVC pipe rain gutter, climbing up and down 17-foot ladder. I need to start riding my bike again. Yeah.
Bob, wake mode engaged, full sleep ahead, Captain.
GM waves hi to hobby time and says, Joe, I will be only briefly here. Things to do.
Ooh.
Dorkosaurus is in saying, good morning, peoples.
Mm.
And Adam's in and says, hello, Peretz.
Pretties.
Pretties. Oh, pretties. Sorry.
Dorksaur says, hi, Mike, Tim, John. I'm not wearing pants. Ha 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 ha.
That's the way. Like a COVID era news anchor.
Yeah.
Jim says, Guten Freitag? Freitag?
Yeah, Friday.
Freitag?
Yeah.
I don't speak German.
John doesn't speak.
Freitag.
There we go.
Adam says, just don't read the comments. Some people are honestly just stupid and have no emotions, clearly.
What was that in reference to? Oh,
Yeah.
I see. On the article about the crew. Yeah, there's lots of silly comments coming out about it already.
GM says, greetings, new arrivals. One cross each line on the left.
How could there be a silly comment about something like that happening?
Saying that it's because there's a woman pilot and things.
Oh,
which
for
is
God's
ridiculous.
sake.
Yeah. Adam says, oh, Mikey, I've told the guy if there's any funky World War I subjects to tell me, and I'll tell you, and then you tell me to buy or not. Thank you, buddy.
Julian says, hi all.
Hey, Julian.
Yeah, and he says, watch your panel.
And Ian says, so guys, what do you think about the release by Airfix onto Lidl? Oh yeah, they've released four Lidl kits, haven't they?
Yeah, the box art is AI box art.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, they're all civilian.
The box art is AI box art, and the kits are like 1970s molds.
Yeah.
Well, the box art thing alone will ruffle some feathers at the moment.
It's not even good It's not even good AI art.
No, it's not. It's rubbish, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like they've taken the 1970s pictures and said to AI, try and make this look kind of modern. Jem says the wheeling specialist is in, Mr. J. Dorksaur says people are stupid. That's true.
Duke is in saying, g'day, all you beautiful people.
Hello.
Joe says, any description on the suspects? One was with a loud barking dog, and the other with a huge plumber's butt crack. Are missing members?
Apparently they were scousers because they had their debate about which shop was which underneath the camera with the microphone on it. Because they're that clever. And they stood in front of the camera for 9 minutes trying to break through the security door by taking part of the wall out for 50 quid.
So dumb.
If they had brains, they wouldn't be criminals.
No, that's true. Yeah. Robert says, looks like Trevor was some back form.
Yeah.
Oh, has some back form. No. Is he referring to the diorama stuff?
Yeah.
That's all.
Julian says the shop next door is advertising selling tools. Did they have selfies of those Egypts as promo material, seeing as they're a right pair of tools?
Adam says, I may have been inspired by Tim. I've bought Italeri AH-64D longbow.
Nice choice.
Nice. Patchy's always good.
Yes, sir.
Spruglu says, hi, Mikey, panel, and chat.
Hello, Sprue.
Hello.
A couple of people saying hello to each other. Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There we go. So, yeah.
Lovely.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
So, yeah, while we're reading the comments, I've just been masking up the fin for this. I'm about to paint a bit of red.
ooh.
Instead of using a decal. So, yeah, it's a red stripe up the top there.
Ah, she's a lady in red.
Yeah. So, I'm going to jump across to the bench first thing, and I won't be long. It's just a little bit of stuff to do.
Oh, yeah.
Will I bother with that? I don't know.
So that, the sunglasses that I got, that's the case. Paramount Pictures ones. And then on the arms, they've actually got the Top Gun Maverick and stuff on them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And a prescription one, so it makes it a lot easier for me when I'm driving. It takes the glare out of everything.
Yeah, I've got a proper pair of prescription driving glasses.
Yeah, I've got a prescription windscreen. It makes my head look really big to other drivers.
I think you may have it the wrong way around. Just two massive eyes sticking out the front of my helmet.
Yeah.
That would be brilliant. That would freak so many people out.
Yeah, I don't know if we can see that. I've actually got it together. Got it together now. It's all it's sort of one piece, but every time you touch something, you bang something off. It's got to that stage.
Adam says, see, I like helicopters. They're like a mix of armor and air modeling. Yeah. Bob says, why has all the banner ID background turned yellow? I change it depending on what day it is. Each build has its own color theme. Have you not noticed that before?
It's called Freitag Yellow.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
I do like this tank. It's fun.
Okay.
Nope.
And where's my black wash? That's not it. That's not it. Ooh, I've got corrosion. I can put some of that on. Black wash.
You got the other floor rewash, Mike?
No. I've never bothered buying it, to be honest.
No. You keep looking at it, but
I think Gary Evans has some. Bob says, oh no, I must be going colorblind.
Did you you guys familiar at all with John Blanche?
No.
Oh, yes, I am now. A friend of mine posted a thing today, and I went, oh, okay, I understand what that is.
Ah, very good.
I know.
Yeah, this is the dude that basically did all of the initial kind of grimdark art for Warhammer 40k.
Cool.
Basically set the tone, did all the original artwork for a lot of the boxes and stuff like that really set the foundations for that whole story and everything. And he passed away.
I did see that
this week.
Everyone's dying this week, aren't they?
Yeah, if you haven't seen any of his art or anything before, just type in John Blanche into Google. It's awesome, like retro stuff.
Nice.
All right. Stepping across to the boothy wooth. I won't bring the computer over. It's just not worth it.
No.
Won't be too long here.
Uh-huh. Adam says, Mikey, next month on payday, I'll get you sent over a couple of the UMP washers. They are basically the same thing. Oh, thank you, buddy. It's very kind of you. Adam says, man, John Blanche was God. Paul says, morning, troops. Hello, Paul. Adam, if you ever looked at anything 40k, it probably has been John. Yeah. And Adam says, not even probably, definitely. Yeah. Didn't one of the creators of the original D&D pass away the other day as well? Well,
I don't know. Maybe a week ago or so. Maybe I did see something like that. Yeah.
He did all the occult stuff, didn't he, for it? Jem says, Mikey, your stream is clear and steady. Good pixel rates. We are jamming Rouge signals from Korea, so you shouldn't have any reception issues with those watching overseas. Cool.
Excellent.
So that's what it was. It was North Korea jamming, needed their signal jamming.
Yeah.
Pesky North Korean people.
Oh.
Go. So how's everyone's week been?
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So I had a long conversation, about an hour yesterday, with the director of Hobbyco about how the blog turned out and all that sort of stuff. So, he's quite impressed. So 2 new kits are in the mail.
Ooh, nice. How did your live stream go yesterday, John?
Oh, yeah, it's good. So it's always good chatting to Jim. No, it's pretty, it was, again, spur of the moment sort of thing. I'm going to be, a bit of modeling. Yeah, the only problem was I was not getting frustrated, but 2 hours of putting masking on a kit is just like, it gets to a point where you just sort of, just tire of this.
I'm losing the will to live.
Yeah, can you put a link to your channel, John, in Discord or something? I did look for it to see where I could find something, but I couldn't find anything.
Discord.
Scale modeling twins.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
What is this Discord?
You expect John to use Discord? How dare you? Do you not know John's stance on it?
I don't really have a stance.
More of a deep squat.
Is that all one? It's one all continuous word, is it?
It should come up anyway. If you type in scale modeling twins, it should come up.
Yeah, it's three separate words, but modeling, obviously the correct spelling, not the American way.
Yikes.
With a double L.
Yes.
Oh, 2 L's.
Yes. For we are, well, he's Australian. We are British.
Yeah, we only had 1 L, don't we?
No, we have 2.
Oh, and he only has 1.
It's the Americans that have 1.
Americans have 1.
Yeah.
Same with colour. They miss out the U.
Yeah.
And do color. Junior says, Mikey, what's the FS number for the background yellow of the comments? Is it the correct shade? Will it count as a rose? Paul, just went to make coffee and I've had to make it with cold water. Dope.
Oh no.
No. Ugh, Gavi. Adam says, I know James Ward, who was one of the main law guys, died a couple of years ago. The founders both passed in the late 2000s. Ooh. Spruglu says, please don't mention jam. Trevor will go dunking again.
Well, apparently it's International Donut Day today.
I got some hot honey Jaffa cakes the other day.
Whoa!
They're nice.
Did you try dunking?
No, I haven't had them yet.
There's too many
what you
days
call it?
now.
Hot honey Jaffa cakes. So it's like spicy honey.
That sounds like a really dodgy porn film.
Do you know what? We were driving out, pulling out the car park the other day at the hospital, and Kay said, "What is it with all these teenagers growing porn star tashes lately?" I was like, "I don't know. I think it's to try and prove that they're men. I don't know."
It's because they frowned upon bullying these days.
Yes.
Back in my day, if you walked around with a crappy mustache or anything, the boys wouldn't let you hear the end of it.
No.
My Glasgow kiss for their trouble.
Yeah. Bob says, Julian, surely you should be asking about the hex number. Yeah. Joe says, I'm not sure you guys changed things up as far as screen or visual effects, but it looks great. Maybe because I went full YouTube premium. The same. Look, if I can change the theme. So if I go to the one for the Austin, it should change it. Should change over.
Bloody wingspan on this. I accidentally knocked. I'm about to paint red. Knocked the open bottle of red with the other wingtip, and now I have a red wingtip.
Oh,
bastard!
There you go. That's the one for the Austin. And then back to the one for Rover's Choice. Change over in a sec. There you go. Adam's put the link to Scale Modeling Twins in the chat.
Thank you.
Gem, not really North Korea, States, UK, Luxembourg, and China. Nice to watch your stream with HD running. You poor thing. You'll get to the end of it and think, God, I should have just watched it on freeze or pixelated.
They're the top of my list when I think about electronic warfare. It's Luxembourg.
Yeah. Adam says, don't worry, I get fed Jaffa cakes for my efforts. Yes, you do. Joe says, oh yeah, I have a new computer too. A stupido.
Oh, very good.
Julian says, possibly Bob, or is it RGB or CMYK? Joe says, love that tank. Looks Mikey. Thank you.
It is rather crispy looking.
Thank you. I like it. I'm quite fond of it. Paul says, I finally have decals on the F14 Tomcat. Nice.
Nice.
Jim has also remembered how to put links in, and he's put a link into Scale Modeling Twins.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Thank you very much, Jim. Good to see you getting the practice in, buddy. June says, today is the day before tomorrow day. Curiously, we have one every day.
Yeah, too many days.
Yeah.
You just make it up now and people will be like, oh, is it? It's the same sort of feigned interest that they have to give everything else.
I was watching a comedian called Brad Williams. He's what they call a little person, dwarf, whatever. And he said that's one of the things that he loves about being in a being married to a woman who's normal size or average size, is he can just sit there in his pants, and when she goes, "Why aren't you doing that?" He go, "It's National Dwarf Day or something like that." It's our public holiday where we just sit and do nothing and stuff. He just makes up random days to do with the that dwarfism community. Bob says, Julian, is that the same as having a party on a day that ends in Y? As Bruce says, but you will never get to tomorrow. That's true. Paul says the Jolly Rogers Skull Squadron decals broke up and was the wrong size, so I went with the Italy decals for the F-14 Tomcat. Now belongs to USS Dwight D. Eisenhower. Nice.
Well, that's a shame.
Ian says, Paul, I have just glued the wings on my York. Sounds painful. Julian says, coincidentally, it is Bob. Funny that. Paul says, Ian, nice. And Ian says, now to plunge mold the canopy. Ooh. I think he's put a bit of water in that. Yeah. Did anyone else watch Little History's live stream last night? Terry's.
No.
They were having some serious tech issues. And the problem is Terry didn't realise, because it started off, Moz went on, and then when Moz went on, a couple of minutes later, his screen froze. And then when Terry made it so that you could see the whole panel froze.
Oh,
but then Terry didn't realise for about half an hour. So they were talking and they were showing us all these things, but nobody could see anything because the whole screen was just froze. And it was just the comments coming up and them talking. Yeah, that was interesting because we're all in comments like, Terry, you're all frozen. We can't see what's going on. Hello, check the comments. Stop talking. Joe says, that reminds me, Mikey, have you glued the wings on the wheelchair water ski jobby? Not yet, buddy. I need to get around to things first. Jim says, my speed in sharing links is improving all the time. Like I said at the golf course, I'm getting better. See, the divots are getting smaller. Yeah. Paul says, next Thursday is my 41st birthday. Happy birthday for next Thursday. Tomorrow is Kaylee's 40th birthday. Sorry, I didn't mention the numbers, obviously, but yeah, tomorrow's her birthday. So we're going for a family meal where my dad and my stepmom are going to meet my in-laws for the first time. Bob says, got the pacing wrong today, run out of biscuits early. Whoops. It says, old-fashioned modelling at its finest. Yeah, don't be running out of biscuits. God, blimey, that's amateur. You're better than that, Bob. Paul says, I hope I have some kits and paint coming. If not, then my wife can be divorced. Charming. Nothing like emotional blackmail on Friday afternoon, is there? GM says, Bobby, pacing biscuits, robotic biscuits, maybe? Julian, what do you mean, Mikey? It's Kay's 20th birthday again. Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Well said, Julian.
Yeah, once you go over 40, you're always 21.
Yeah. I nearly got a slap last night because I started laughing to myself. I what's my leader? I just realised. I said, you know, it's your birthday on Saturday. She went, yeah. I said, that means on Sunday you'll be closer to 50 than you were now to 30. Ha ha. Sure,
Yeah.
fuck off.
I said almost the same thing to my baby sister when we were in Canberra the other weekend.
Yeah.
I said, you know, you're closer to 50 than you are to being born. The colour like drained from her face.
Yeah, actually, my wife's birthday on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I said to her, "Cross, you're getting old."
All right.
Paul says, Hey, Jay was born the same day and year as my little brother. K, you mean? Yeah. Yeah. D-Day. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I call it. That's when we were first dating. That's how I remembered her birthday, because it was on D-Day. Kay was born, and then 9 months later. Bob says, wagon wheels, they move at a slow pace. Quick recovery again, Jim. And Paul says, bloody typos. And Adam says, oh, in my case, you still look about 12. Great, when I'll be 40. Yeah, that's one nice thing is people never believe that Kay's the age she is. They always think she's a lot younger because she looks younger than what she is. Jem says, Trevor, I had 3 21st birthdays.
Yeah, I've had a few more than that. Yeah, what have I? 3.5.
I've got the same birthday as my wife, and I still have to ask her, when's your birthday, when I'm filling out forms.
Oh, dear.
The only real downside to it is, every time we sign up to something, they always call us thinking there's some sort of a error and that we've duplicated one of our birthdays. Despite her being, 95 and I'm 94.
Pretty good for your age.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, yeah.
Still got all your hair and everything.
Thank you. It's years of inhaling varnish preserved me.
Like formaldehyde.
Yeah, exactly.
Joe says, I'm headed to the theatre later today to watch Pressure. Nice. Julian says, I'm 14 for the 4th time. Mind you, my sense of humour suggests it's the first time. Do 14-year-olds have sense of humour? From what I'm seeing with Morgan, they just walk around going, yeah. Do we have to? Adam says, I was typing that too. And Adam says, nice looking leather skin. Bob says, people don't believe I'm pushing 70 around here, except for my equator. Jim says, in August, I'll be 31 times 2. Adam says, don't forget them saying 67. Yeah.
No. They say 6.
I was trying to avoid it.
You're so old.
Jim says, Mikey, just don't say to Kay it's the exact date of D-Day. She knows that's how I remember her birthday. She says she's the devil's child because she's got 3 6s in her date of birth. Paul says, if you have a shave, I look like I'm 12 years old. To be fair, I think if most of us have a shave, we look about 12. Yeah.
I don't even look human. I just look like a thumb.
You got no chin or anything. Just a neck with hair on top.
Yeah. Like, Jesus!
What the hell is that?
The hell is that? It's a flesh bollard. It's the worst thing I've ever seen.
Right.
See, when Robin's a toddler or just a little bit older or something, you're going to have to shave your beard off just to freak her out.
All right, so Katie heard you say that last time, and she adamantly said no.
You're under orders now. You're not allowed to shave.
No. The last time I shaved was right before I left for the Navy. Yeah. And I woke her up without a beard, and was not a happy chappy. She was not happy. Yeah. That was the last time I kind of voluntarily shaved. On my first day at recruit school, I filled out my beard chit, and then the second I marched out, I handed it in to my divisional officer.
Yeah.
So that I could start my 2-week growing period. Yeah.
So you couldn't get a chip when I was in. You just weren't allowed to have facial hair other than a mustache.
Yeah, during recruit school, in the Navy, you got to shave and stuff. But yeah, you can put a no shave chit in as soon as you're out of recruit school. So yeah, literally had it in my breast pocket as I marched out. So I handed it straight to the DO after retrieving my cap.
DO, disciplinary officer?
Divisional
officer.
Okay.
Yeah. Of course, now, as long as it's neat and tidy, they're allowed to grow a beard in the army.
Oh, has the army brought that in as well?
Yeah.
That means the Australian Army will do that within 2 years because that's what we do.
Yeah. The only problem is the guards regiments. The foot guards all wear the bearskins, don't they? So imagine someone with a bearskin that comes down to just above their nose and then a beard that goes just below their nose. Oh, dear. Where is it? There was actually, somebody did actually take a picture outside of Bucky House of a guard like that.
Alrighty.
Let's see if I can find it.
Time to get the engines on those.
Yeah. I'm not. I'd never get too upset about the whole facial hair thing.
Oh, it doesn't affect me anymore.
As long as you can grow it, and like meets whatever the standard is. Like, don't get me wrong. If it's patchy and crap, bad luck, son. Go have a shave. But if you can grow it, why not?
Well, yeah. The only problem is they have to wear the chin straps and stuff as well, don't they? Well, so what it means is because they got a beard, the chin strap just sits over the front of the beard. So it looks really odd.
Yeah.
Normally it sits on the front of the chin, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's the same with like long hair and that. Like initially when it was like, oh yeah, it's about having a seal or it's about hygiene and stuff, but then the girls are allowed to have long hair, so that didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And you can achieve a seal with a mask with a beard.
Yeah.
Because you can in the Navy. So the argument never really made much sense to me.
I think,
I
know with the British Army it is because with the S10 respirators you couldn't get a seal if you had more than 3 days of growth. If you had anything more than a little tiny bit of stubble, then it wouldn't seal.
Yeah.
So they made you clean shave. But what they've said now is there's not really any chemical threat in the UK. So as long as if they get put on 48 hours notice to move, they shave their beard off, then it's fine. Adam says Timmy is Santaron. Santaha. I don't know what that is. Paul says, what jet is that, John? B-46 Stratofortress.
B-47 Stratofortress.
There we go. I stand corrected.
I'll flick up the box art. Oh, that one.
There we go. It's Tim.
That's a pretty good shout.
Yeah. There's a guy I used to be on my team that, the back of his head, I noticed that anytime he walked out of a room, people always give him a thumbs up. So I asked him one day, like, why are you doing that? And he just said, like, it matches the back of his head. I was like, oh, shit, okay.
Joe says, be back a bit, Kara here. Joe says, right, after I retired, the union members voted to be able to wear a beard, but not a pay or retirement increase. I better not comment. Yeah.
No.
Apparently the army pay's gone up this year.
Oh,
Yeah.
does that mean you'll get another 4pence?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's just enough to push the bulk of them up a tax bracket.
Yeah. No. They wouldn't give a private £40,000 a year.
Well, they would, but then they'd charge housing at that increased rate perfectly.
Yeah. Joe says, I couldn't grow a beard anyway. I just wanted more money. Jim says, there's nothing like bare skin to cover up your bare skin. Ian says, in my day, only the assault pioneer sergeant was allowed a beard. Yeah. Exactly. Unless you had a medical reason why you couldn't shave, or religious reason, obviously.
Saw an F-35 pilot yesterday with a beard.
Huh.
So, well, obviously they can get a good seal on those because, he can't not wear a mask.
Yeah.
Yeah. Navy's got tradition on their side, if all other arguments fail.
Yeah.
Got, it was too bloody dangerous to be holding a razor up to your throat if you're out in
stormy
sea state stuffed. So
all right.
Yeah, that's why, back in the day and stuff, if you pull into port or whatever, and you had to represent or whatever, like you'd have a shave, but you don't shave when you're out on the sea.
Bob says, did we ever get to see the Routans? Could be good Hoovilin. James says, Bobby, my equator pushes me about in turbulence. Think I should move the kidney support brace up higher, say chest height. Paul says, when on guard duty, I had a cutthroat razor. I kept it under my beret, and when it was dark, I would have a cheeky shave. That's just far too keen for me.
Just one cheek.
Yeah.
It's like the dude in the original Predator that just sits there like dry shaving.
Yeah. With a Bowie knife.
No. He had little like disposable razors and stuff. It was one of the black fellas.
Yeah.
He was the one that sees the Predator up in the tree and goes, contact, and then they all start shooting. It's great. Love that movie.
When I was on basic on the second day, I was clean shaven, and the sergeant was doing an inspection, and he said, you haven't had a shave for? I said, I have. And he went, no, you haven't. I can see hairs. He said, make sure you're clean shaven for tomorrow. I was like, all right, fair enough. I'm clean shaven today. I'll shave more off. So I took a layer of skin off. And I went on parade next morning. He said, what the hell have you done? I went, well, I was clean shaven yesterday, Sergeant. And you told me to shave more, so I did. And he said, yeah, don't shave for the next 2 weeks, please. Like, yes, got out of shaving for 2 weeks.
I don't know.
Surprised he didn't just kick the shit out of you for self-inflicted injury.
Well, he ordered me to do it. He ordered me to shave closer, so I did. Joe says, at HQ, the gents or ladies had to wear long sleeve shirts if they had visible tattoos. Yeah. But
Yeah.
that didn't really apply in the army. Just depending on what time of year, depending on where you had your sleeves.
Yeah, we didn't have that. Our appearance manual and stuff, like we had the loosest rules on tattoos.
Yeah.
So like Navy, you were allowed to have tattoos on your hands and all that.
Yeah. See, there was rules on where you could have tattoos, and you couldn't have certain types of tattoos.
Yeah.
Other than that, you could have them. You could have as many as you wanted. It just wasn't really the done thing when we were in. People had like the occasional tattoo on their arm or something, but generally, it was tattoo. If people had tattoos, is where it couldn't be seen when you're in uniform.
Yeah, I think that's generally good policy anyway. It's like, mine comes down to the wrist. I didn't get any on my hands, so I can wear a cuffed shirt.
Yeah.
And completely, cover up.
Yeah. I mean, it's always better if you go for interviews and stuff, isn't it? If it doesn't look like you got covered in tattoos. Because people can be discriminatory against them, even though they're not supposed to be. Adam says, pretty sure that was how he hooked on board his naval ship. Adam says, ready to fight those engineering battles. Paul, cool Stratofortress. Yeah. Ian's been a member for 18 months. Wow. Says, hello. A year and a half as a member. Did someone say pay rise? I appreciate you, buddy. Paul says, what about our pension, Mikey? Any news of increase? No. My increases and decreases with inflation, mate. So at the minute, I think it's at 70 pence a week.
What? God, you get more than me. 70 pence a week? Good God.
In my day, we got half a shekel and we were happy with it. Jim says, question, Trevor, are you painting the Dorchester in the counter scheme?
In the what, sorry?
The counter scheme. Or whatever it's bloody called.
Counter scheme.
The stripy thing.
Hang on, I'll have to have a look. I ain't got a bloody clue.
The one that's Portland stone and 40 bullets.
The one that's under your hands, Trevor, on that picture.
Yep.
Oh, that one.
Yep.
Paint. I mean, paint's not something that you have to decide on the way through. You do it at the end. I hadn't really thought, actually, to be honest with you.
Yeah, those four colours.
I always find it helpful to decide what scheme I'm going to do beforehand. That way, then, if I need to leave bits off to paint it, I can do. Because sometimes if you've got complex style, like camouflage and things like that, it can make it very difficult if you've got fragile bits on.
ABC.
Ooh, coffee.
Yeah, that one that's there at the moment, that's got I think the only real there's not a lot of difference, to be honest. I think the only real sort of difference is the number that's on them, 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah. Jim says, congratulations to Ian.
Grey, random, black and white.
Ian says, thanks.
Dark
Jim.
green, grey, random. Yeah, they're all the same colour. Yeah, it's only the 3 colours, yeah. Random and flat white.
Jem says, our course instructor informed some of the guys to stand closer to the razor. Paul says, I had a sergeant who was a pain for us being shaved. So after being beasted a few times, I learned to have a cheeky shave while on guard duty. I just had a shave in the morning. And if it was, as long as it passed morning muster, it was fine.
Yeah.
After that, really, they can't do anything.
Well, I just think kind of times change, and when recruiting has been in such a crisis and stuff, and people are getting out, one of the reasons are like, I'm sick of just getting told to shave by pricks. It's just like let people kind of look how they want to look, as long as they're doing doing the job right. That's just.
I think that's what
times
it is,
change.
to be honest. It's like they've started allowing females to have the hair down and stuff as long as it's tied back.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I think,
Which for me is
Air
really
Force,
bad in certain trades.
Air Force here is probably about to introduce man buns because that's the sort of people they want to have, like, oh, we want to concentrate on computers, but we need to get all these pretty boys in. I'm just thinking, Jesus, what a pack of soft cock.
Say what you think, John.
No, as I said, I don't ever give a shit anymore. They're all a pack of cunts.
Yeah, I think the whole hair down thing is dangerous in certain trades. So I'm assuming if you're in a trade like in the Remy or something like that, you would have to have your hair done up in a bun.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, when I was in and stuff, and I'd sort of just have my kind of tongue-in-cheek arguments and stuff with POs and that, running hypotheticals.
Yeah.
I was just like, explain to me how it's not sexual discrimination. That, girls can have certain hairstyles and men can't.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, yeah, there's probably an argument to be made about that. I was like, yeah, I know there is. Yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, if there's no safety reason for it, then like at that point, hate the game, not the player.
Yeah,
like I'm just pointing out the rules that you're enforcing.
Exactly. I mean, me, you, and John all know that it's really bad idea to have your hair down if you're doing an engineering job or something like that, especially around heavy equipment and stuff. But yeah, stuff like if you're sat at a computer all day or something like that, then what difference does it bloody make? Or then it looks less tidy.
Yeah. Changing times, who knows?
Yeah. I think everyone should have a buzz cut, including the women. Adam says, here's a question, since you three are mechanical, hardest thing you've worked on and not your mini-me. Good question. Depends what you mean in terms of complexity or in terms of effort. In terms of effort, it'd be the bloody Oshkosh tank transporter trailer. Having to repack all the strip down and repack all the wheel hubs and things on it. Because they are heavy. In terms of complexity, I haven't worked on anything that particularly complex other than Foden wiring and things.
For me, it'll be the AP3C Orion ESM suite. It's developed by Raytheon, a guy in Raytheon, who still worked there after, I think, 30 years or so. But he's one of those guys that, like, information is power, and he wouldn't pass anything on. So, he'd have to, it'll have to be returned back to home base so he can fix it. Instead of hey, let's actually have a system that works. So that was shit. I'm just like, why aren't there any pubs? Oh, he hasn't released them yet. Well, why are you letting this thing fly around, you pack of fucking idiots?
That reminds me, I was saying the other week about that YouTube channel, Captain Steve. The one where he looks at air accidents and things like that.
Nope.
Well, he was actually an Orion pilot in the US Navy.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
I think for me, probably the reverse osmosis plants. Not that they were particularly difficult, but they've just got lots of, like, it's a process thing. So you've got like the HP pump, you've got like the sterilizer tube, you got all this shit, and it's water very close or, virtually like on electrical stuff. So I was like constantly shorting out, and they've been fixed since we got LHDs by cannibalizing from two ones that virtually never get used. So most of them are now like wired completely differently to make them work, because drinking water is a good thing. And so the state of them is just like some of the most cowboy shit you'll ever see. So those were incredibly frustrating.
Yeah. I think
it's like giant sand filters and stuff like that, and you got to clear that out. You're dumping sand into the bilge, and yeah.
I think the other thing in terms of maximum effort is the human body. Trying to keep that going. Doing CPR maximum effort for 20 minutes straight. That's pretty exhausting. I suppose that can get quite complex as well. GM says 70 pence. That's nearly 1,001 in Korean. There we go. Ian says they need to go back to hairy shirts and DMS boots pulled to a mirror finish. Nah. I'm not overly keen on the MTPs, but when they first brought the MTPs out, they didn't look great, but they look a lot better now.
What's an MTP?
Multi-terrain pattern camouflage uniforms.
Oh, okay.
GM says Timar, president of the Navy debating team, must have been so much fun to deal with.
Hey, I was the workshop lawyer. Someone needed to put a reason in writing, or they were in trouble, or someone was trying to stiff them and say just admit you did this, otherwise it gets elevated to a captain's table. And I'd be like, tell them to take you to the captain's table. I'll come sit with you. It's fucked. They got nothing. And, if there was an opportunity to fuck with coxswains, I'd be on it. Bloody snakes. But well.
Jim says, Mikey, you look very different with a buzz cut and a clean-shaven face. Yes, I do. Yeah, I've got a very oval face. Well, I used to have when I was younger. Now it's sort of fat. And it's more chins than anything else. Junior says, reminds me of work once, Mikey. IT support tech, repairing a monitor when it was on. Ponytail dangling inside it. I said it was dangerous. He replied, only in the sense I could get killed. Yes. Yeah. I think we had a young recruit that went to go and play around on one of the Fodens with her hair down. And the corporal got very angry very quick and told her to go away and do her hair properly.
Yeah.
Adam says, we have Raytheon like 25 minutes away from me.
Yeah. No, they're a good company. It's just this one guy. As I said, if somebody in your organization refuses to pass on knowledge, fire his ass.
Yeah. Junior says, I said, okay, I'll be over here then. Yeah. Paul says, yesterday I took out 2 lads on a moped. There was 2 police cars and 4 officers sitting in the car park. Both lads were masked up. After I took both out, they said, I need to be arrested. I said, go on. Go on then, I'm ex-force and I'll be let go in an hour. The moped was stolen, so the 2 lads are banged up and they got kicking for their troubles. Dutch Dave says, good afternoon, bench gang. Hello, Dave. Bob, Julian CRTs were fun. I got a misrouted EHT lead once and was thrown across the room. Landed on customer's dog. Bob says, still got a burn mark on the right palm from a focus lead that fell off a tube base. Only 8 kilovolts, that one.
Ooh, that'll do it.
Yeah. Jem says, looking at the costings for Airbus systems repairs compared to our early Boeing systems is enormous for them. Our systems are just about clockwork, so finished in minutes.
Hmm.
Yeah, I remember there was a little LED. It's just a power indicator bulb in one of the distribution centers, and I was just swapping it out because it's just like a little clip in, clip out thing, with an active and a neutral going in the back, and so I'm not going to isolate the fucking distribution center.
I don't need to follow safety protocols.
Well,
it's fine.
No.
I can see where this is going.
Not a little bitch. Anyway, so ready. All right, so it's about. Sorry, I'm holding a paintbrush in my teeth and talking. So it's about that size, right? So I'm holding it. Got my tweaker. Go like undo one. Undo the second, and I just go like pop like that, and I pull the wires out.
Yeah.
So like they're just sitting there, and I'm like, yeah, cool. All right, clip, take the thing out, go to put the other one in, and then like as I'm fiddling with this one, it's a ship, right? So kind of swaying a little bit. This bottom one has just gone boom like that and touched me and gone bang. I'm like, ah. Like, man, that's got some bite. Like, I guess I just wasn't expecting it or whatever. And it's been a while since I zapped myself. But, like, I don't remember 24 volts feeling like that.
It sounds a bit like dropping a screwdriver in a buzz bar chamber.
Yeah, it was not 24 volt. I go back and do the thing later, and yeah, it's like, what was it? It was some reason it was running on like 400 and something. Well, I'm like, fucking really, like even through that, and I've took my multimeter out, and this is like months later.
Yeah.
And put it across the thing, and sure enough, it was up like whatever it was, like 420 volts. I was like, oh fuck.
No wonder it kicked.
So we've got to think this is not Raytheon, this is Airbus. But we had if you're working on firing circuits for explosive ordnance on aircraft, you're not allowed to have any splices in the lines. They've got to be a continuous line. You can go through cannon plugs, but you can't have a splice in the wire, right? So we had a thing that didn't work. It's one of the firing systems on a Hornet, and went in and said to my boss, I want to be able to splice this. We've got 2 weeks left of... Actually, no, we've stopped flying them at pretty much close to, say 3rd of December 2019. This is a classic Hornets before we moved to F-35.
Mm-hmm.
So this photo you probably can't see, but on top there it says RAF Base Williamstown, 29th of October 2019. So this is like, about a month before we're going to stop flying.
Yeah.
And I went to my boss and said, I want to put a splice in that firing line. No, you can't do it. The pub says here. And I said, look, come with me. And I showed him this. So that's a job that Airbus had done in the firing line of like one of those wires was broken, but every single one of those had been terminated and re-terminated and stuff, and just wrapped in biseal and stuff. So he said, yeah, go ahead, do it. But isn't that pathetic? Well done, contractors.
Yeah. Is that one of those jobs where you just don't show the pilot what's going on inside his aircraft?
Well, we didn't know until we removed the biseal, but I said, well, maybe this is a problem here.
It's good. They would have got paid way more than you for that.
And while I'm looking at it, so here's a series of photos. I found this really old book at 3 Squadron, right? So this is Squadron Histories from 1912 to 1959. So the book dates from then. But what's in it is colour swatches of each of the RAF squadrons and this is back in the day, say with biplanes and stuff that have different colours, and some of these still are used today. So 245 Squadron and stuff like that. But yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of them.
Hmm.
Very cool.
It's always interesting to learn about the Coral Squadron history, and well, I think
so. Yeah, it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
But no, as somebody who likes colour on aircraft, yeah, this book does me. I'd rather read this than gay porn. Let's put it that way. So that one, that's a squadron that Douglas Bader was in when he lost his legs.
Yeah, I've got a history of the Remy. I think it's only the first volume though, but that's quite thick.
Oh, and one more picture. Can we zoom in on this one? It's actually worth it, I promise.
Oh, okay. I think it zoomed in, was it?
I mean, no, if you can show me the quadrant.
That's what I thought I clicked on.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, now it is.
Right, there we go. So this is RWF3 Squadron. The funeral. It's a painting of the funeral parade for the Red Baron.
Oh, cool.
You don't see that every day, do you?
No.
Isn't that cool? Yeah.
Ian says, I've been very lucky with electricity so far. I've said it now. I'll have the shock of my life. Joe says, had 4 Hornets fly over me 2 days ago while putting very loud. Missed the putt. Threw my putter at them. I missed them too. Son of a...
We had a tour group come through Fighter World yesterday from the country. They're out near Dubbo, so a long way from the airfield and stuff like that. And I said, when these planes take off, because F-35's sitting on the threshold. So when they take off, it'll be the loudest thing you've ever heard. And this kid said, "Oh, my dad's tractor's pretty loud." I said, "You'll feel this in your chest." And he said, "No, that's impossible." So when he took off, he was the most excited kid I've seen in my life. Oh, you were right. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. It's very cool.
Yeah.
All right. So I reckon these are glued enough now. I could probably flip it over and do some Dirkles. Right, so I'll change the camera again because this is suddenly looking more like a B-47.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Ooh. Let's have a look.
Yeah. So yeah,
Nice.
and like that.
Well, they're
Come
very
together.
nice. Ooh.
So I still got detail painting and all that stuff to do, but I think I might get some Dirkles on.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Adam
Just
says,
see how
I can
they're
imagine-
glued.
I can imagine, John, that when a pilot asks questions, does it fly? Now do your job and go fly, pilot boy.
The enemy's that way, sir. Go. We'll stay here.
With all
That's how
due
we do it.
respect, go and fight the enemy. Stop
Now
asking.
the pilots were a really good bunch of guys. Actually, there are no dickheads that I worked with. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
It was the people like Tim I had a problem with.
How's that?
Because you were Navy. You were the wrong branch.
How's that, Mikey?
Nice. What was the song? All the nice boys love
Oh,
the
dear.
Navy.
Correct use of a shackle, right?
Holy crap!
So good.
Oh dear God.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That bow shackle
Yep.
is no use to anyone.
Oh, it'll buff out.
Yeah. Right. See something like that, you just say to the dude, it's like, now I understand you're the one with the dogging and rigging ticket, but I'm pretty sure I can do a better job than that.
Yeah. What's the saying? If anyone notices a safety issue, shout stop.
Oh wow.
I am putting some corrosion and some rust onto the edges of this tank. Hopefully, I won't overdo it and make it look shit.
Too late.
bastard.
Looks like you're nearly finished, Mike, ain't you?
Just doing some weathering and stuff on it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look quite so much like a toy tank.
Yeah.
James
What do you reckon?
says,
Another week? Couple of weeks?
Yeah. Shouldn't be too long. James says, Timmy, aircraft usually 24 volt, 28.8 volt running. Then there's the amps. Lots of those things looking to push everything around.
Yeah.
Adam says, I have started a war. Julian swears at ChatGPT. Which bit of only remove the background from this image, do nothing else, do you not understand? Effing thing keeps changing the faces despite being told not to. There is a website that I use for removing backgrounds that's pretty good, Julian. Instead of using ChatGPT to try and figure it out.
MS.
Where is it? It's on my desktop somewhere. Of course, right now is when I can't find it.
I still use bloody Snapchat to do all my photo editing because it's got a really convenient like snip and paste thing, so you can snip something and turn it into a sticker. So like my sister got some photos of us like when we were kids and stuff in front of a DHA house or a defense house.
Yeah.
For this news article that's coming up, and she's like, "Oh yeah, you guys are right if I submit this," and I'm like, yeah, I've got some alterations and stuff, and then sent her that. it's literally just a sticker.
You still got the same hairstyle.
Yeah, I don't age, mate. Look at that. I was ripped. Looks suspiciously like Prime Ronnie Coleman.
Two-tone Tim.
Yeah. So I sent that to my sister. But
Ian says, when I lived in Scotland, you'd see the Jags or Harriers first as they flew very low over the valley bottom, and then boom from the shockwave. Yeah.
On the subject of Harriers, yesterday was the final day that the United States Marines fly Harriers. They had a farewell ceremony.
Yeah.
They did.
So the fact is, I don't know who still flies Harriers. I have no idea. It
I don't
could
think
be
anyone
Spain.
does that.
I don't know.
Yeah, Spain possibly.
I just don't know. But it's it's an incredible aircraft.
Yeah. It's done an incredible job over the years.
Well, if it wasn't for BAE and all the work they did with Harriers, the F-35B would never work.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work they did over many, many years that the British government handed to the Americans. And don't think for a minute the Americans could have been able to do that themselves.
Yeah.
And look what they get for it.
Paul says there's 6 of us just going to be on Moz stream on the bench come the end of the month. We're all going to be building ships. Moz won't know what's happening.
I need to join.
Adam says, who hates who more, Army, Navy, or Air Force? Trevor, you are ref. I will commentate. TLC match. We don't hate each other.
Speak for yourself. No. My view is anyone who says one service is above any other service. I do understand that the Navy are the senior service and always have been. They outdate the other services by literally centuries. However, as your mate in America has found out that you cannot win a war on air power alone. You need to have land assets and Navy assets, and one can't do the job without the other two. So that's the way it is. And people who say, "Oh, chair force," really piss me off, because my view is, well, you are either too dumb, or or if you really enjoyed sitting out in the snow and the rain and all that sort of stuff, and you joked that I was in aircon, I'm thinking, well, which one made the wrong career choice?
The one in the aircon.
So the correct answer is Army and Navy hate Air Force.
Yeah.
That's why we have the Army Navy football game.
Yeah, and we have the rugby matches.
Yeah. That and when you get into the big militaries and stuff like the US and stuff, like the US Navy has the largest air force in the world is the United States Air Force. The second largest air force in the world is the United States Navy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a fun fact. After World War II, Australia had the 5th largest air force on the planet. We certainly do not anymore.
I did not know that. Do you know there was a period of time where the Pepsi Cola company had one of the largest naval fleets in the world?
I did not know that.
Yeah. It was part of a deal with Russia. So Coke during the Coke and Pepsi wars, Pepsi basically went gangbusters in the USSR, and they were trading them vodka for Pepsi, and then didn't have enough vodka, didn't have enough money, and they went, well, we got a bunch of old submarines and ships and shit, and so Pepsi took them. And so for a brief period before they, sold them off to scrappers in Africa or whatever, they were the proud owners of something like the 5th or 6th largest naval force in the world.
Oh, okay. Here's a brief ad, if you will. This weekend, being a long weekend in New South Wales and Victoria, it's King's birthday. Long weekend here, what you'd call a bank holiday. The Australian Model Expo is on at Sandown Racecourse in Springvale, where I grew up, in fact.
Yeah.
So if you are in Melbourne and you're able to get down, you're going to have a look at some of the most talented modelers on the planet. It's just incredible. But yeah, that's my ad for them.
I'm surprised if Callum's not going there.
I'm not even sure.
And
another thing I've been asked to promote, if you will, this is Hobby Co.
I think we can divulge you. Good.
Right. So they have a Birds of Prey competition coming up. So I'm just trying to find the post, but carry on until I find it.
Yes, sir.
That's very nice of you, John.
Adam says, I just read that one. Ian's laughing at Paul, floaty things. Adam says, Italy and Spain still have Harriers.
There we go.
Paul says, Spain are due to retire Harriers in 2030. Why is everything 2030? Every bit of equipment or anything like that at the minute is, it's going to be phased out by 2030. Or it's going to be brought in by 2030. Or it's going to be changed, or the rules are going to be changed by 2030. What's the obsession with 2030?
Just a convenient place to aim for. They may not make it.
Yeah. Jim says, Adam, thou art on thin ice. We hold the salt bottles. Ian says, got Moz a 35 scale Swift boat. He can just spray it olive drab. Adam says, Italy has 15 left, but they're slowly moving to F-35s.
Right.
Julian, haha, Google Gemini did it right. Remove background first time. Wonderful. Joe says, and having very good Scottish meteorologists. Adam says, John and Mikey will like each other. Timmy, F the Air Force. I'm not Air Force, mate. Oh, we like each other. Timmy, F the Air. Yeah, but Tim hates everyone. That's not a Navy thing. That's just Tim.
I just calls it like I sees it. I like individuals in the Air Force.
Joe says, as I once said after a fight with an Eagles fan in San Diego, why can't we all just get along?
Oh,
Jim, everybody hated the SAS. Only time we would gang up to front the blockheads.
yeah. SAS can. Yeah, the chicken stranglers. They can be dicks. They're sort of. Yeah. I imagine every one of them would have been a schoolyard bully, but you need to do that job.
Yeah. Jim says the history of VTOL is shared by a few nations. There are people who gave their lives in the long journey of R&D that ultimately produced the Harrier. Yes. Tasha's in. She says, good afternoon, everyone. Hello, Tasha. How are you doing? I haven't seen you for a while. Julian says, I think in peace there's a friendly rivalry between the armed forces, but in combat environment they're interdependent on each other. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we do. I know the army get pissed off with the Air Force, but that's usually because they're usually late getting us out to R&R.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
For some reason, it always seems to happen with the Royal Air Force.
Oh, what a shame. So yeah, I had an army guy. We were on a course once, and he said, I heard you guys stay in hotels when you deploy. Yeah, it's true. Well, why is that? I said, well, because if you make a mistake and you're tired, and the tank or vehicle you worked on will just come to a rolling stop in a paddock. If one of my guys makes a mistake because they're tired, then people will probably die. Oh, what a crock of shit! Who made that shit up? I'm just thinking, well, that's clearly what you don't understand, because I've been there. I've been overtired working on systems, and it's dangerous. Like,
yeah.
I took my job seriously, as did army people. But don't be a dick about it, because it would never be me saying, "Oh, you're an idiot. You're in the army," because
I think
I know that they're gonna push back anyway.
Yeah.
So
I think the thing is, the guy that probably said that's probably never worked in engineering. Probably. Anyone that's never worked in an engineering trade would think, yeah, actually that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but that's it. So again, the best explanation for me was XO at 10 Squadron at Maritime. Basically, he said, there's no difference between any mustering or any sort of like what you call core. All of us are important as everybody else, and the reason you're in Air Force is really not much. It may not be, you could want to join Army, but they'd only offer you, say, Navy or Air Force or whatever. It's all to do with recruiting targets by people that work in an office that have never been on the front line. And you've got to understand all those different issues. So, I don't sit here and criticize Army or Navy. I just don't do it because it's just pointless.
Well, it is, isn't it? At the end of the day, we all did a job, and we all did the best we could.
But if you say to somebody in a service, "Oh, your service sucks," of course they're going to push back and start doing all the stuff you would expect them to. What are you expecting will happen? No, I don't do it. It's just juvenile, and they're all wrong because Air Force wins.
Because it is juvenile. It's fun.
Yeah, that's the point.
It gives people a laugh.
Yeah. I think sometimes we've got to remember not to take it too seriously. It's just being silly for the sake of being silly. Just to lighten the mood.
Hey.
And then we have Tim, who's just saying it as it is.
Just out here calling balls and strikes. You tell me when I start lying.
Well, Will Chair says that all of Rolls-Royce engines are named after mythical characters. That's actually incorrect. So all the mythical characters like the Jupiter engine and all those sort of ones, Pegasus, they're all originally Bristol engines. Rolls-Royce had their engines earlier on were things like Eagle, Griffin, those sort of things are not necessarily mythical. Eagle certainly isn't.
Mm-hmm.
Merlin is, but all the jet engines, when they started the jet engines, they were named after the great rivers of England and the UK, because they had constant flow, unlike the suck, squeeze, bang, blow engines. So the Avon, the Derwent, the Dart, the Trent, those sort of things. So close, but no cigar. It's only because Rolls-Royce took over Bristol engines. That some Rolls Royce engines are named after mythical characters.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Yeah. Adam says, "Yeah, I feel like the SAS being assholes is almost what you need. Yeah, you just have to have a certain mindset to do a job like
Yeah.
that." Adam said, "These are the guys who were belting about wearing American patches, joking around, saying who else is there to blame." Fair point. Tasha says, "I'm good, thank you. Hope everyone are well." We are, thank you. Paul says, "I was born in hospital just down the road from the pub where the Harrier was drawn up on a napkin." Yeah.
Very cool.
Jim says, 30 minutes left. Plenty of time for John to get more and more angry. No, please don't.
Sounds like
Ian
a challenge.
No, John's done his New Year resolution early. He's going to be a good boy.
You mistake me for somebody else.
Be a good infinite source of power, though. We'll just wrap you in copper and stick you between two magnets and watch you spin yourself up.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you what. We can stick me outside of certain sort of parliament houses, and I'm gotta get
we got 21 people watching and 12 likes so far. Go.
Only 12 people like us. Oh, well.
I know.
Oh, that's fair.
Ian says, "I briefly worked with ex-Special Forces, and yeah, they are. Yeah, see, one of the guys I used to work with, he was ex-SAS, and he was actually a pretty nice bloke. He was very quiet.
Yeah, I'm sure some of them are. Yeah, some of them are. But, you know.
They have to have a big ego about them, I think.
Well,
they have to be uber confident in themselves.
Yeah, and, I don't, if you criticize SAS, you're going to lose because, those guys, what they do is unique. So, like I'm not going to take the piss out of them, but they can be dicks.
Yeah. Joe says, "John, as we say in South Texas, they are pendejos everywhere." Adam says, "The last people I want tired are the guys fixing my stuff and the guys gathering intel. You get that wrong, it's not one or two potential casualties." Yeah. You don't want to upset the chefs either.
No, or the orderly room.
Yeah.
Never
then
upset the cook.
You get extra salty scrambled egg.
See, I was always tight with the chefos on board because, the size of the ship and everything. There was a elevator.
The size of your head and your neck and your mouth.
there was an elevator, and as the elevator maintainer, their elevator would shit out all the time because they have weird loads and stuff bringing like a pallet of food and crap up. So it's like weird spaces. They're not quiet in the middle, and sensors bug out, and elevators going up and down on a ship that's rocking. Things kind of go a bit fucky wucky.
If the ship is rocking, is the lift still going up and down, or is it going on an angle?
That's still relative. It's still relative. It's still going up and down. Like it's a motor at the top or bottom pulling a cable. But like keeping that running for them and stuff. You get in their good books. But we had a chaplain at one point that we called Father Famine. Because this dude, despite being fat, and I have no problem talking crap about him because he wasn't a Catholic chaplain. He was one of those bland spiritual new ones.
Oh, they have to be, don't they? They're supposed to be non-denominational.
No, they're not supposed to. They're not supposed to be. They're supposed to cater. But no, there's a thing now that it's like you can have no religion and be a chaplain in the military. And you're a spiritual officer.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, we called him
another
Father
thing that Tim hates.
He would insist on he'd insist on being in the galley and like helping out at bloody meal times. So you'd rock up the scran and he'd give you like this little serving And like you're sitting there, I'm like dripping in sweat and bloody grease and oil and stuff. And it's like I'm just trying to smash some food into my head so I can go back down and keep working on the piece of equipment that's in pieces that we need.
He's making it so
Yeah.
you don't have to shovel as much in.
Oh. I've never advocated for hurting the elderly, but I wanted to strangle that dude. I get very touchy about my scran.
Did you see that the Exeth they stopped, or was it 180 religions are no longer being recognised by the Pentagon? And one of those religions is atheism.
Yeah. Paul says, thanks, John. It is something I read up on. Joe says, like a Supreme Court Justice once said, not sure what porn is, but when I see it, I'll know it. Tim, childish, I'll know it when I'll laugh at it. Adam says, the SAS story is actually from an ex-US Ranger, and they found it utterly hilarious. GM says, 8% of career is not flat. Runways are few. Engines that quit could mean an aircraft lost. Everything must work before takeoff. Tired crews are dangerous on the job.
Yeah. No, you know.
Same with Wales, because we've got RF Valley, we've got Carnarvon, and then that's it. There's no other. Oh, we've got Harden as well. So we've got 3 airfields in North Wales, and then the rest are in South Wales.
There you go. I got Harden thinking about that right now.
So yeah, if an engine goes over Mid Wales, it's goodbye, because it's all mountains. Greg says, okay, I'll give you a thumbs up. Thank you, Greg, and welcome to the channel. Jim says, Tim, Uncle John, the inexhaustible source of energy. Ian's finally remembered to do his thumbs up too. Adam says, so Tim made a friend with the chefs. Tim, I love you. Paul says, my kids moan that I'm like a sergeant major barking orders at them. Well, for now on, they're keeping their rooms clean because I will be doing a room search every day. Now they can moan. One of the chefs we had in our battalion was called Rolly, and he was quite a porky chap, ginger chap as well. And I went up to the serving hatch one day and I went, I was 2/ or whatever it is, Rolly. And he went, it's not Rolly, it's Chef when I'm serving breakfast. I went, okay. Whatever. Just put the fucking breakfast on my plate, dude. You're not a corporal. I don't have to call you jack shit.
I don't know if did I mention the other day that one of the J model Herc pilots passed away? His funeral was today.
Don't think you did.
Okay, so what happened was, he was certainly a J model pilot when I was hanging around. So this is, early days. So, I'm not sure what year he got there, but it would have been early on, say 2003 or something like that. So he did a lot of Middle East deployments and everything else. He left the Air Force in 2025 to jump across to Kuwait to fly their KC-130J. And 2 weeks after he arrived in country, he was diagnosed with bile duct cancer.
Ooh.
6 months later, which necessitated his return to Australia for treatment. And 6 months later, he passed away. So,
that's a shame.
Thoughts go out to Wilco and his family today. He was a hell of a nice guy. Funny as all get out, and I'll miss him a lot.
Yeah. I think we're getting to that sort of age now where we're going to a lot more funerals and weddings, aren't we? Isn't that right, John?
Bloody tell me about it. I've been to about the last 4 months. I think I've been to 3 funerals.
Well, we'll just start calling you the Black Widow then, shall we?
We'll just stop putting him away.
Yeah.
Just refrain.
Stop strangling them all, Trev.
That's it. I mean, fortunately, at the moment, I haven't had to go to my own.
Yeah. That's something that I've thought about a couple of times, right? If anything happened to anyone on this channel, none of us would ever know unless their spouses got in contact with one of us. We'd just suddenly disappear. It's quite sad.
You'd know, because I'd suddenly stop complaining.
Next, we had Chef, the guy called Chef, didn't we? The East Corn channel. We only knew he passed away because his wife got in touch with me, messaged and let me know. Yeah. I mean, well, if anything happened to me, all everyone else would know would be that the channel stopped doing live streams all of a sudden.
Yay! Life goal achieved.
Yeah, and then everyone would move on with their life. Joe says, that's the bumper sticker Jim had in high school on his number. If the van is rocking, don't bother knocking. Yeah, it must have been with all those people that he was dating in high school. Adam says, can we have Tim or on room 101? Yeah. Jim says, a friend said another mate reckoned he was in the SAS. I said Swedish Air Services. Was he cabin crew? There you go. Paul says, sorry to hear that, John.
Yeah. He's a hell of a nice guy. Funny as all get out. And great on the terps as well.
Yeah, it was the funeral that female Lance Bombardier that was killed at the horse show the other day, wasn't it? She's surely in her early 20s, bless her.
Well, I think she died what she enjoyed doing.
Well, yeah.
Like, you know, it's a hell of a tragedy, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, what a, like, to be able to do what you love for your career.
Yeah.
You know, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like all I ever wanted to do in life is be on Mikey's channel.
As a father, you'd be conflicted, wouldn't you? Because you wouldn't want. It's the only time you'd want your daughter to get picked up by 6 men at once. But on the other hand, you wouldn't want it. You wouldn't want it to happen.
No, you're right. Yeah, I've not heard that, but I get that. Yeah.
It'd be weird. Jem says, most people I knew are scattered. People, what? Oh, as in, gone their separate ways. I thought you meant scatters in their ashes.
You know what? I thought the same thing.
People passing, you don't hear it.
Yeah.
So that's one of the largest decals I've ever applied. But it's broken into about 4 or 5 different pieces. But so far, it is straightening up.
Yeah. Paul says 3 died flying a Royal Navy helicopter the other. Yeah, we mentioned that at the beginning of the stream.
Yeah,
let the names out.
Yeah, that was bad. That.
Yeah.
So was it a mechanical failure? I hadn't read the articles.
They don't know yet. It only happened on Wednesday.
Yeah, it'll be an investigation and stuff.
Yeah. If it's anything like the Chinook crash in Scotland, then they'll just won't tell anyone what happened. They'll just say it was not our fault.
Cool, that was a few years ago. That was, wasn't it?
Yeah. They tried to cover it up, didn't they? That allegedly that that helicopter was known for having faults and things on it. It was known as a difficult aircraft by the maintenance crews.
Right.
A problematic aircraft. And they'd said it should have been grounded a long time ago. Or a long time before the accident.
Yeah. Army's Black Hawk fleet for a period there was getting grounded what felt like every couple of months. It was stuff like they did like a little inspection or whatever, and then a decent number of aircraft, there were cracks in the fuselage wide enough to stick a $2 coin through. And they just went, Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we flew on that one that a few years ago that crashed into the Grand Canyon.
Oh, bloody hell.
Mm.
Fortunately, as far as I'm aware, I've never been on an aircraft that's crashed.
I've been on one.
Did you call
but
it?
you know, we survived. No, it wasn't me. It was pilot error.
Ah,
But it was a tail strike, so the Herc landing, the ramp hit the ground, but before the main wheels.
yeah.
What do they do in that case? Do they just try and, like, when they feel something that's not right, do they pull up and try and peel off, or do they try and get wheels on the ground?
No, he couldn't take off again. There's significant structural damage. I shouldn't laugh, but you know, oh god, it felt like I was in the cargo compartment, and it felt like jumping off a table without bending your knees. It was a significant bump.
Jim says, question, Mr. Marley, would it have been easier to paint the black stripes on the wings? Not that straight.
I was thinking about it, but I thought I'd give it a go. Because worst case scenario, if this decal didn't work, I'd be able to sand it away, even if I had to paint it again, and then I'd be able to go. But I thought if I give it a go first, I can always recover it.
I think a decal that long, you sort of need to cut it up into several pieces before you apply it, don't you? To make it easier.
It's not the best photo, but this is Wilco.
Oh, there we go.
With a I think it's a tow missile launcher or something or other.
Jem says the RAF loaned its 9 squadron helicopters to the army in just months. All were unserviceable.
So yeah, the Australian Air Force doesn't have any helicopters. They were all handed to the army because they worked out, of course, it was a government decision that all the work they were doing was supporting army. And it was just easier to give them to the army, and they've been doing a great job since. So good on them.
I think that's the difference with the British forces, isn't it? Because the RAF use the helicopters for a lot of different things.
Oh, so do we. But there's a lot of what we were doing. It let us concentrate more on other things, and basically they're cutting down culling numbers and stuff. But
yeah,
it was actually before I joined up, so it didn't affect me.
Well, they're given
a number of guys I used to work with were, say, door gunners and stuff in Vietnam that jumped across to be loadmasters on Hercs and stuff, and they were great people as well.
Yeah.
I'm getting all nostalgic. What the hell?
Yeah, they're doing the same thing with like landing craft now because they're trying to stand 2 RAR up as amphibious specialists. So they're giving them boats and shit.
Oh, okay.
And landing craft and all that. Which suits me just fine. Like, obviously, I'm not in anymore, but having those fucking apes on my boat sucked.
Those damn dirty apes.
No, seriously. Like, disgusting.
It's not a word of a lie. I hate those guys.
Yeah. No, like,
there's someone else that Tim hates. Hey.
So I have reasons, right? Things like jimmying the locks off cupboards in the mess to like get at the dry cereal. Things like, working out like in their bloody undershirts and stuff, and so they're soaking wet, and then like hanging them over transformers in the hallway.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like that sort of shit, and like, all their boots and fucking manky socks and all that stuff, which when you live on a ship, right, you very quickly get it boned into you that like, if you're a bug, I'm gonna throw your shit into the ocean.
Yeah.
Right? If you jump the washing line and you take someone's stuff out of the washer, and you put your own stuff in, I'm going to take your stuff out of the washer and I'm going to throw it in the ocean. Stuff like that, which, you know, they haven't figured out yet. So it's like, you know, walking down a hallway that just smells fucking wrong. That, and then doing things like blocking a toilet and then going, I don't know what to do. Who do I tell? My sergeant? And then the sergeant's like, I don't know what to do. Carry on. And so they all just like keep shitting in the same toilet that doesn't work.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, if they want to get their own boats, more power to them. Now, obviously, at this point, I'm pretty sure it's just landing craft that they're getting, and they'll still have to go on LHDs. But
So that shitting in a toilet story, that sounded like me and Diego Garcia.
Yeah, you've told us about.
It's a thing. It's like it's literally full, and I just walk past, and they're like, "Can you fix this?" And I'm like, "Nah, MEO2." And I can just walk off. I'm like, "That's an MEO4 job. I'm not doing that." Like normally I'd help out, right? Like being a Sparky or whatever, it's like if it's electrical stuff, I can do MEO3 work, but I was attached to MEO2, which is, you know, like auxiliaries and all that. Yeah, no, I'm not touching that stuff. That's gross. Yeah. Nah, dude, I was literally like, I'd make a point of every day when I was doing my rounds and I'd walk through the forward and bark forces area, because that's where it was the worst.
Yeah,
I'd just walk around with a broomstick, not just like push all their shit off transformers just onto the floor. You know, people hanging their socks over like the fences and stuff. You know, just to stop people from dawdling into the spot with a transformer, like a big transformer in it.
Yeah.
They do stuff like hang their washing through like the dogs on the back of the you know, like bulkhead doors, right? I don't know if you know your terminology and stuff, but you know, big spinny wheel,
sealed ones, watertight doors.
Yeah, right. So spinny wheel, lots of little arms that go to little like roller pins that move into place. They're called dogs.
Yeah.
And basically through all those little arms and stuff, they'd like hang their washing and stuff. And I'd just knock all of it on the floor and like mix it up and, you know, do shit like just throw people's boots down the hallway and, you know, just real quality of life stuff just to really like
you'd have been far
up.
better as a warrant officer, Tim. You'd have been happier in life.
Bro, it would make me so mad. Because it's like, I live here. This isn't just my workspace. I live here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd just walk through, push it all. You know, something's in my way that gets picked up. Fucking yeet. That's gone.
Well,
you can't do that. I'm like, oh, report me. What's your name? Fuck yourself. Go down the stairs. Like, you can go talk to your boss and then he can try and have a whinge at someone and you can work out who I am. I was like,
it's funny because most people had their names in big letters on their overalls. You just had the prick.
Yeah, well, it said it there. But, you know, I'd just like not even look over my shoulder. Just
AF Bollard.
Yeah. I was like,
Thing is, though, Tim, you're quite distinctive. So I imagine they just go, he was kind of shaped like a bollard. You know, we know who you're talking about.
I'm not that distinctive, right? Like the amount of times, like, oh, you look just like. It's like, yeah, is it a generic big white dude with dark hair and a beard? We all look the same. You know? Like, good luck picking me out of a lineup, dude.
Adam says, and is anyone jumping to blame anyone? All we can say is do it yourself then. Yes.
Yeah.
Jem, we had ex-door going to join with us, Flight Sergeant Snow. Funniest bugger you could meet. His girlfriends were numerous.
Oh, good on
him. Julian Adam, no, we can't have Tim on Room 101 on account of The only things he'd vote off would be the chair he was sat on. Well, maybe the chair, if it was comfy. Joe says, there's the Timmy we all know and love. Yes. Ian says, yeah, Strato Jets looking fine, John. I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at Tim.
Very, very simple decals, and they're very, very few in number, but they're bringing it to life. I must admit, you're right.
Yeah, it looks good.
I can just imagine Tim go around in infant school, just telling the teacher everything he hates about everyone in the class, and just ranting at people.
I wasn't like this until later on.
What
I was always a nice, quiet, shy kid. You know, when I went through recruit school and bloody trade school and stuff, like I was ducks. I was like head down, ass up worker. And then look what happened. Look how they massacred your boy.
He used to be such a nice child.
Yeah, I was a good
he
person.
Used to mow my lawn. Oh.
He says
Jim would probably recognise that was a line from a Frank Zappa album. He was such a nice boy. Joe's Garage. Awesome album. A lot of fun. Hilarious.
Jim says, Joe, indeed. Jim says, Sheriff Evans patrolling the ship. I can just imagine walking around going, fashion.
Yeah. Just loud enough that hopefully someone hears you. So they come out and say something. It's like, give me a reason.
Excuse me, mate. Have you seen my boots? Yep, starboard side, about 30 foot down.
Yeah. It's like, I was coming up here to make sure your hot water was working, but...
Yeah. Excuse me, Private. Are your boots waterproof? Yeah, why? Ah, excellent. Splash. Go fetch.
Awesome.
Ian says, laughing at Julian. Jim says, some angry guy with a big head. Julian's laughing at Julian. Paul says, when my brother died, I had some friends in the Paris. They were trying to get him to join them. Oh, bless.
Right, so that'll do for now. The rest of the decals, what do you think? How much longer have we got on this thing? Like, will I do the rest of the decals off stream?
We've got 2 minutes. So.
No, but what I mean, how many more episodes?
Oh, as many as you want, mate. It's channel members, so it's the members' choice.
But what I mean is, like, everybody's builds. How's that dragon going, and how's your tank?
Yeah, I've got another few episodes.
I can be ready whenever, because mine is like I spend a couple hours just focusing. I can get it pretty much to finishing.
Yeah.
So Jim's absolutely correct with his last comment there. Yeah, quoting the Joe's Garage. Good on you. It's a good musical knowledge here, Jim. He's a very nice boy.
That sounded dodgy.
Oh, Tim, if you haven't heard Joe's Garage, seek it out. It's hilarious. It's all about sexual deviancy and stuff.
I am aware of Mr. Zappa. I have never listened to his music. So, yeah, I might have to.
Yeah. Keep it greasy so it'll go down easy. Those sort of songs. It's awesome.
And on that note, we'll be back on Monday for the panel show. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's that. Yeah.
12 till 2 UK time. 9 p.m. John's time. Whatever time Tim lives in.
9. Yeah, same thing. No daylight savings for me ever. But at the moment,
1901, I think.
Everyone's agreed.
Yeah. Cool.
Hooroo to you.
Yeah. So back on Tuesday. Don't forget to Lumen subscribe. Don't forget to check out Scale Modeling Twins down there. Him down there. So yeah, until Monday, Hulvar for now.
Yeah, man.